What does it really mean to be free? To live an intentional life out at sea? To live on oceans, in anchorages, and marinas all over the world. I've never done the outside of Hatteras, but I've done the inside many times. And in these series of videos, I'm going to tell you my story. Good morning, all. Well, Mark and I, last night, we watched Deep Water, you know, the Donald Croher story. We went down below, powered up the big screen, and watched that movie. It was great. We had good food, we had a bunch of beers, and of course we're up a bit late this morning. It's 8 o'clock now. That's late for us. So we're in the middle of nowhere here. It's barely a cell phone signal inside of Hatteras here, and we are gonna go bring up the hook and go through this ditch here and get up somewhere over there. Not exactly sure where we're going. I have an idea in my mind. I haven't even looked at the charts. Good wind out. It's a bit gusty, but we're going downwind, so it should be all right. So let's bring up the hook and get somewhere else north of here. Alrighty, we are officially about to cross Pamlico Sound. We made it through the first little ditch there, and now we're headed up across Pamlico and into, I think it's the Alligator River. We'll be on the other side of that really big long ditch. We're gonna try and do it today, try to get to the other side of that big long ditch and anchor. So we might be sailing into the night tonight. Need to cover distance here. Wow, so I got the motor basically at idle. I'm doing 4.5 knots, sails are up. And I got murdered by bugs last night and didn't get any sleep. I mean, I was itching so bad. I think there may be an infestation of mole crabs, sand fleas. When you go into the head, they're in there, right? They like water. They're actually crabs, but their first larval stage is like the sand flea. They like to bite you and it really hurts. I don't know how I got them this north. Usually that's a Florida thing, so I don't know what's going on here. Maybe they're no-see-ums, but they seem to like water. Anyway, make a comment if you know what the hell's going on here. I need to like bug bomb. There's skeeters. The mosquitoes are hiding out during the day, and then they come out and bite me at nighttime. So anyway, beautiful place. Lots of big old houses here. You know, there's a bit of a ditch here. We should actually go back and check the chart here. I believe we're at a turn. Yeah. Okay. Wow. All right. Let's get across Pamlico. All right, so we're in the middle of Pamlico Sound. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Wow, very beautiful. It's about 15 feet deep here in the center where the canal is, where the Army Corps engineers have plotted the ICW across Pamlico. Now, as you get to the other side, which is over here, there is an entrance, and then it goes into this long, straight ditch. Now, what's really interesting is when I was flying to Florida on the 4th of July, I could see it from the airplane, and I looked down. I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna go up that little zone right there." It's amazing when you're flying to Florida, you can see the whole East Coast and what you're gonna have to sail.
So we had a bit of an emergency a moment ago. Mark on Arabella hit one of his hoses, came off his condensation, fridge condensator, and there was water coming in the bilge, and he panicked a bit. He's over there. And managed to figure that out. So I'm only doing 2.5 knots right now with the sails up just because there's a very light breeze. I'm going to turn the engine back on just so we can cover some distance. So proud of Mark and Arabella. Look at this, guys. Look at that. Beautiful sailboat. She's a beautiful boat. So proud of Mark. You know, a couple of weeks ago he was dragging his anchor and didn't know what he was doing. Now he's got his full rig up, living the dream. Look at that beautiful sailboat. I have to put my engine on to keep up with him with my full sail rig up in 10 knots of wind. It's probably doing 8 knots, 7 knots maybe. Wow. All right, look at that. Okay, we're just about to turn downwind. Look at Mark's beautiful boat. We're about to turn downwind and head that way. So I'm gonna let these sails out. It might be wing on wing. We'll see what happens here.
Mark and I were lucky enough to have a week of good weather, but don't let these images fool you. The inside passage of Hatteras can be rough. Just depends on when you choose to go.
Okay, we are about to go into the large ditch just before Albemarle and the Alligator River, and it's already late in the day. So it's 4:19 right now, and the ditch is right there, and that's the ditch that you can see from when you're flying over Hatteras. You look down, there's a straight line. You see all the lakes in a straight line, or the canals. So it's either we anchor now or we just keep on going, and by the time we get to the end of the ditch, it'll be nighttime. So we'll be in the ditch at nighttime. We can't stop in the ditch, and the reason is it's very small and there's big barges that come through here all night long. So we have no choice. We got to cover distance. So 23 nautical miles left. We'll get there at 9:30 p.m. tonight, and at the end of the ditch you just kind of pull out. There are some lit buoys, and you just go past the buoys, drop your hook, and then we'll be back at her in the morning. Tomorrow we're gonna have to cross Albemarle Sound. Last time I crossed Albemarle, it was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. Huge waves, but the waves were really short distance between them, so you're smashing through them, stalling out. Anyways, beautiful night here. Let's get into this long section of the ditch. This stretch of the ICW, oh my god, wing on wing here. There isn't much for wind. The sails are just kind of flopping around. Got this pole deployed. I know it's not deployed correctly, believe me. And I actually found this pole. This is essentially a 20 nautical mile straight stretch of water. Right now the tide's coming this way a little bit. We're doing 4.5 knots. And the sail's back now. Yeah, the wind keeps shifting for some reason. See how the Canadian flag's going that way? Yeah, it should be coming at us. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. We'll get to the anchorage tonight, which is at the mouth of the end of this ditch here. Probably around 9:30. So let's see what we can do. See how far we can get down. Definitely can't anchor in this stretch though. We're gonna have to go until it ends, regardless of how much light there is.
U.S. Army Corps of Engineers recognized the need for a navigable route along this stretch of coast, notorious for its treacherous waters and shifting shoals. Between 1870 and 1930, they painstakingly worked to carve out a safer path through the Sound. Using dredges and innovative techniques, the Corps constructed the Hatteras Inlet, creating a channel that would connect the mainland to the sea, protecting ships from the rougher, exposed waters of the Outer Banks.
Pretty much 10 nautical miles away from the anchorage at the end of this ditch here. Look at that. Doing about 4.5 knots under engine power only. Look at this beautiful river here, canal, ICW, dead calm. Look at that.
Good morning. We're here. This is a place called Gum Neck. That's the name of where we are here on the inside of Hatteras. We're pretty much dead center of the inside of Hatteras right now. Coinjock is up there somewhere. This is the Alligator River right there. And we're gonna pop on the Alligator River, go up go through a lift bridge, across Albemarle Sound, and into Coinjock. So it's kind of a strange name, Coinjock. They got this restaurant there that serves really good prime rib. It's like a cruiser thing. A lot of the people rant and rave about how good the prime rib there in Coinjock is. Unfortunately, we're not going to stop in Coinjock. We're budget friendly on this channel, and I don't see the point in tying up to a cleat on a dock for $130 American. I don't see the point when you can just drop your hook and get some sleep. What a beautiful morning. It looks like there's wind going in the right direction already. You can see the American flag, beautiful American flag. Big old Canadian flags. It's not really moving much. It was a minute ago. Yep, we're in the middle of nowhere, folks. I love it out here. It's just a beautiful place. Last time I was here was like 3 years ago, on my way to the Bahamas. It's dead quiet. Nice fresh air here. There's a very sweet smell here. Anyway, I'm gonna make some coffee, and we'll pull the hook up and get out of here.
That morning, Mark and I made our way up the Alligator River towards the infamous Alligator River Bridge. This swing bridge stands on the precipice of the Albemarle Sound. In next week's video, we're going to cross that sound and get into Coinjock towards Norfolk, Virginia. Hope everybody's been enjoying this series of videos. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. Make a comment down below. Tell me your experiences on the inside of Hatteras. We will see you next week at 8:45 a.m. Captain Michael, signing out.